All I had was me and my girl.
Hey, what up, y'all? Welcome to the Dreams in Motion podcast. I am your host, Curtis King Bradford. And before we even get started, man, I haven't been doing a good job with this with the first couple of episodes, but I want to say something, man. Please subscribe, like, share. It's the best way that you can help us out and help us build this podcast up and get more of these particular episodes out to the people and to encourage people and to inspire people with these stories. And I also want to just give a shout out to my sponsor, the Whitener Group. Thank you so much for allowing us to utilize this beautiful space. The Whitener Group, what they do is basically help you build your business credit. They help me personally build my LLCs, get everything organized with my DBAs. And then the major thing is they'll help you get the funding that you need to grow your business. You know, you can start at $50,000 to $60,000, on up to $100,000 in business funding. So click the link at the bottom of the description, the Whitener Group, and you'll have an option to let them know that you saw it from the podcast, the Dreams in Motion podcast, and you'll get a discount for his services. So make sure you tap in, learn more about your business funding, building your business credit, and build up your businesses and get everything organized. All right, man, welcome to the Dreams in Motion podcast. Again, I am your host, Curtis King Bradford, and today I got a special guest in the building. Man, I've been hearing a lot about my homie, Keaton. I didn't even know he was out in Cleveland doing this thing, making the beats like he's doing, man, and I just had to have him on the show. A lot of my family, just a little background, a lot of my family know his family. Like I said, we grew up in the same area, the small town, Cleveland, Texas. Shout out to Cleveland. And I just started hearing about dude making moves and doing exactly what I did, man. And it was just dope to see, man, because when I grew up, you know, I ain't really had no production partners, you know what I'm saying, in Cleveland. Yeah. And so it was just dope knowing that somebody from Cleveland doing it on this level. So I just want to introduce to y'all, some of y'all may know him, but welcome to the podcast, my brother Keaton.
Yes, sir, bro.
Yes, sir, man. That boy cool. So, man, I just wanted to get into this, man, and just, you know, chop it up with you, because I've been hearing about you doing your thing. You making beats for a lot of different people from what I'm seeing, bro. But I just want to start with, like, how did you really get into it, though? You know what I'm saying?
Man, I started off just playing on my phone, man. Really just playing, and then I was like, man, I'm kind of good at this. Yeah. So I was like, man, let me take it serious. Just try something out.
Yeah. Was it in high school when you started? Was it just junior high?
I was in high school.
Okay.
I think I was in like 11th grade.
Okay.
Yeah.
And was it like, were you in band or?
Nah, it's crazy, like.
Cause I know your mom's was in band. We was in both. I was in band.
Nah, like I tried band in like 6th grade, and I just didn't like it. You know what I'm saying? I just didn't like it, so I was like, I'm just play sports.
Okay.
So I played sports, and then I kind of got into music, and it's like my whole love for sports went from like up here to just, then it's like music, you know?
Yeah.
So that's how it went.
Okay. Yeah. And so, what kind of programs and stuff that you were using on your phone and to teach you?
It's crazy because I started on GarageBand on the phone, just playing around, you know? And then, like, I seen people using Logic, so I was like, okay, so that's like another like GarageBand, but it's like a, you know? Yeah. So I started using Logic, and
went from there.
You know, yeah, we're here now.
I love Logic, man. What you got? What you working with? Like a MacBook or?
Yeah, MacBook Pro 2020.
Okay, dope. So what would you say? I mean, I like to dig deep, bro. Like what would you say made you? Cause see, you know my background, a little bit of my background. I played drums and keyboard at Galilee, New Belter. You know what I'm saying? Like I was getting it in as a kid when I was young. Yeah. So music was always a part of like my calling, I would say. Yeah. You feel me? Cause I always knew that I wanted to do something with music, but I didn't start learning how to really make beats until someone introduced me to Fruity Loops when I was in high school. Yeah. So I used to make beats in classrooms, like we had Fruity Loops in the classroom in high school, and I would just sit there and make beats for the class and just kind of play around with it. Yeah. And that's when I knew I wanted to dive into it a little further, like on the production side. You feel me? Yeah. But as far as music, I always, as a kid, you know, I played sports too, but music was always my thing, like keyboard, drums. Yeah. So where were you thinking your passion for wanting to even put it on your phone, where did that come from?
It's crazy because, like, my whole life I was big on, like, I didn't like the iPhone. And, like, my cousin, he had an iPhone. He was just playing. He was showing me, like, that looked kind of fun. So, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I kind of got into it. I started playing with it. And I got pretty good at it, so I was like, man, I'm gonna just take this serious and just see where it goes.
Yeah.
And I just kept going and going and going. And it's just like, I never played no instruments. I never did none of that.
That's
but
what I was
just
gonna
like,
ask.
Yeah, I just kind of just picked it up, you know?
Wow, that's
Watch
dope, man.
YouTube videos on how to make beats and,
Yeah.
you know?
That's dope, because
Yeah.
you doing your thing, man.
Yeah.
So do you don't think like from your mom being a musician, and you don't think any of it came from moms or anything? It was just more so curiosity, your love for music in general, like rappers?
I would say like more so just hearing the music, you know, coming up just hearing the music.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
Like that kind of just like, you know, I always kind of knew about stuff I didn't know about as far as music. Like, you know, people was playing like all the other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know, she was playing other stuff. So it's just like,
Yeah.
I kind of just picked it up from there. But I don't know. I just always like music, you know?
That's what's up,
Like,
man.
When I was a kid, I wanted to be a rapper. You know, every kid,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
they see the videos, and I would take the foil paper, put it in my mouth, and
I
turn
done
my
did
head
that
to the
too.
side, you know, trying to be a rapper. But it was just like, I don't know, I kind of fell away from the music and got into just playing the game, you know, I was a kid. So it's just like, they took me from the games to playing sports. And it just...
But you played football, basketball?
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I ain't had a court, like I couldn't play basketball, you know?
Yeah, I feel you.
I played football, I played a little football when I was younger, but...
That's what's up, man. So, man, I've been, you know what I'm saying, watching you do your thing. I had sent you a couple of loops and stuff. I said, man, I'm gonna start trying to rock with old buddy and at least collaborate with you. You know what I'm saying? Because you from the hometown. Like I just want to always show love, which is why you on the show, man. On this podcast, bro, we just trying to make sure that we give people their flowers while they're here. And it's like, you don't have to be no multi-platinum producer yet for me to give you your flowers, because you out here trying, and I know what it takes to really hustle and get your beats out there, you know what I'm saying, and the amount of doors that close in your face, stuff like that, because I done had a journey as well. But what I want to ask you also is, like, how did you get from, because this is what the show about, we get the people some game, man. How did you get from making beats on your phone to Logic and to where you at now?
Like, well, it's a guy named, what is it? I'm a Music Mogul. I watched all his videos, and just like watching him taught me how to, you know, make a beat, how to structure a beat, kind of how to mix it. And you know, as you coming up, you know, people don't want to tell you nothing. They want to gatekeep. They don't want to, hey, bro, you know, you got to do this, you got to do that. They was on like a lot of gatekeeping. So it's just like a lot of the stuff I had to pay people for. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, I didn't get mad. I just charged it to the game. I'm like, man, maybe this will help me get better. So I didn't get mad. I didn't, you know, stop talking to him. It's just like, now it's just like, I'm starting to learn how when you get from, you know, like being at the bottom, certain people at the top not gonna want to work with you. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, once you get to their level, okay, cool. Hey, you know what I'm saying? This is my email. This is my number. Like, you know, stuff like that. So it's like, I used to take it personal, but I started to realize it's really just business, you know?
Yeah, it's more business in the music than talent anyway.
Yeah, no,
you got to be on your business.
And it's all about like who you know.
Yeah.
I learned that too. Like, I was like, dang, like rooms I couldn't get in, like, you know, I got the talent, but I couldn't get in the rooms. But it's like, when I found out who was in the rooms, I got to know them and be their friend. Hey, Keezy, pull up to the studio. You know, like, now I'm in these rooms. I couldn't get in. But it's really based off who you know.
Network is everything.
Yeah, network. You got to network, meet people.
My partner always tell me your network will equal your net worth.
Yeah.
How much bread you going to make eventually, you know. So I appreciate that. So you say, I am a music mogul?
Yeah.
That's who you were following on YouTube to teach you?
Yeah, just watching his videos.
That's crazy, bro.
Yeah, because, like, you know, I tried Fruity Loops. I just couldn't get it. It was just so many buttons. I just couldn't really just...
Yeah.
It was just a lot to take in. And just, like, Logic was just so easier to work with.
Same here, bro. Like, I ended up picking up Logic because I was always told that more musicians who play music, they use Logic. And it was easier to sequence, you know, and format your beats in Logic. So everything, that's crazy, man, because see, I got people I was able to get around people to teach me things. You feel me? I never had, back when I was coming up, YouTube wasn't that popular. Yeah. You feel me? So I had to lean on people, you know, like connecting with like my brother Hardhead and learning what he learned, you know, about mixing and you know, connecting with other producers when I was living in LA, you know, and they were teaching me things. But you're saying everything you learned has been for YouTube, or now you can say you've been around other people?
It's been like YouTube and just like, you know, somebody, I have a course you could take for $200 and I'm going to teach you how to mix a beat.
Really?
Yeah, stuff like this. So it's just like, you know, I would just pay that $200, and it's like, I will say that it did help improve my mix. But it's like, as I got in those rooms with the, you know, bigger people who got the plaques and, you know, the name, like, they started to kind of give me a game, and it's just like, okay, cool. Because, like, at first I was mixing too loud, because, like, at first I would mix my beats, and it's just like, I would go to a session where it's like me and 10 producers, and everybody beat is just it's so loud, and I'm like, I play my beat hard, but it's not loud as theirs, but I'm thinking like, well, I need to turn everything up, you know, so they can, like, I feel like it's just like a vibe setter, because it's just like, it's so loud, so it's like, you gotta hear it. Versus when it's mixed, it's like, okay, it's mixed. But it's like, once I really got in those rooms, they're like, bro, you know, as far as like the engineers, it makes it harder for us to record off a beat that's not mixed. That's just, everything is punching and too loud, or, you know, peaking. I'm like, well, okay, cool. So I had a friend named Garrett. Garrett, he sat there and, like, I would make the beat and he would kind of level it out.
Okay.
And it sounded, you know, like real good to the ears. I was like, okay, cool. Maybe
he was an engineer?
Yeah, Garrett. He's an engineer. And it's like that kind of made me switch up how I mix, you know?
Yeah.
Versus it being too loud, it's like, okay, cool. So when the engineer record, it's gonna be easier for him to record it. Yeah. You know, and it's like it's already together. So it's like, it's making his job easier.
Yeah, I like that, man, because me coming up, I was mixing, making my own beats, you know, still do a lot of my own mixing, but when I started getting into bigger studios, I appreciated having an engineer on spot, because I can just focus on creating, and the engineer can do his thing, the tweaking and all of that, and it seems like it just makes the session go by, you know, a lot faster. And so that's dope, man. Like, so I do want to salute you, because, like, man, paying $200 to learn how to mix from somebody you don't know, man, like, that shows the passion that you had, you know what I'm saying, for your craft, you know, and you put it, it sounds like you've put in the time, you know what I'm saying. So let's talk a little bit about, you know, now that you've got these tools, right? How did you start? Because I'm watching you maneuver, like, you know, you're rocking with 7 Kings. Is that correct way to say it? So what was the process in, you know, getting to that point? You know, did you had already get a placement with somebody?
You know, I just hate to say it like this, but social media, you know, like, I feel like that's like a big tool. You know, you use Instagram, you meet people, and it's just like, I seen one day Young Al posted like, hey, I need some beats. This is my email. So my friend had sent me the story he made. So I sent him some beats. He started rapping to my beats, and I seen the stories of him posting snippets. So I was like, okay, cool.
And this is who again?
Young Al.
Young Al, okay.
Yeah. He from Houston. And, like, I just remember them just, like, texting me. And I'm like, who is this texting me? So then I responded. They was like, we want some beats from you. So they started to you know, buy the beats and show up. I'm like, okay, cool. Like, you know, like, it's good business. Yeah. So I was like, okay, cool, they paying. All right, so then we, you know, started like locking in, meeting in person. I'm like, yeah, they cool, genuine people. So it was just a gateway in the door.
Dang. So off the rip, they just started paying?
Yeah. They was buying packs like by the 10.
That's good.
Yeah, and at the time I think I was like 19. Yeah. No, I was definitely 18, but it was just like so much money at one time coming in. You be like, oh yeah,
I can do this.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Let me get them packs. So it's just like, after that I met him, he was like, I finna sign a distribution deal with Cash Money. And at first I was like, you know, I'm young, so it's just like, that sound good to me, but it's just like, this feel like, you know, I'm from Cleveland, this sound like it's a little too good to be true. So I'm like, man, nah. But then I'm like, man, I might well just take this chance, because I don't have no opportunities going right now. And at this point, I had just dropped out of college, so it's just like, it's either this or the railroad. So it's just like, I don't want to go work all day, work hard. You know, I want to do this. Like, you know, like at this point, I love it. And it's just like, I was fresh from college. At this point, I'm just not DJing. I'm starting to DJ, and you know, it was up and down. And it was just like, I might well just take this chance. I don't have nothing going right now.
And when you say, man, now you got my mind going. So we didn't talk about college. So when you were in college, were you still making beats in college
It's
before
like,
you met Young Al?
Oh, well, I was making beats, but I just wasn't taking it as serious because, like, I was like, man, I really want to make some money. And I don't want to sell drugs. Like, you know, I don't come from that background, so
Right.
that's not me.
Yeah.
So I'm like, man, I'm going to just start, you know, DJing. I went to a party one time, they didn't have a DJ, so I started DJing. So I'm like, man, I'm not that good with this. So my partner Roger had showed me how to DJ a little bit. And I had bought a board from him. And I started practicing, you know, I got good at it. And like, this how it really happened. So like, it was these girls that had like a little group, you know, and they was having a party. And my cousin was like, oh yeah, my cousin DJ. I was like, why you tell them that? I've never DJed in my life.
Yeah.
So I was like, damn, I gotta think quick. I gotta think fast of how I'm a, you know, DJ.
Yeah, yeah.
Cause I've never DJed before. So it's like, we had like a little pre-party. I practiced, you know, and it's just like, I did bad. So I'm like, oh man, you know, like I got this big party in like 2 days. And it was like, it might have been at least, I'm gonna say from 250 to 500 people there. This is my first gig ever DJing.
Dang.
So it's like, I kind of picked it up fast, but you know, music and DJing kind of in the same boat.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, yeah.
So it's just like, I started learning how to like, what you call it when you like sync it and you make it like catch up. Like if a song is at 88 and one is at 70, you know, you gotta like sync it and make it catch up and like blend it together and mash it. So I kind of started, like I started doing that, but it's like, I was still making beats, you know, but I just wasn't, I was so focused on DJing.
And this is why you're in college?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it was to the point where I'm like, man, I'm gonna make beats sometime, but I'm gonna mainly DJ. Cause I'm like, you know, like I'm fresh out of high school and, you know, this is my first year in college and I was just like, this music ain't really doing what it's supposed to be doing right now. So I'm gonna just DJ. Maybe this DJing will like open the door, you know? So I was like, okay, cool, I'm a DJ. I started DJing and I kind of started building a name, but it wasn't for making beats, it was DJing. So I'm like, dang, like I'm really losing focus. So I'm like, okay, cool, I need to lock in. I need to stop DJing and get back on the beats. Yeah. Cause like, this is what I love to do. DJing just for money, but I really like to make music, you know? So it was just like, let me lock in. So I kind of fell back from DJing. I just started back making beats.
Okay.
So yeah.
And you had like a little setup in, or what college did you go to?
I went to Blinn.
Oh, you went to Blinn? Okay. Yeah. My brother went there for a little bit.
Yeah.
But so did you have like a setup in, like a music setup in your dorm or something?
I mean, I had my laptop. I think I had, I just had my laptop and like, I had my DJing speaker. So like anytime my roommates went there, I had the speaker cranked up.
Turned it up, yeah.
Yeah.
And around that time, it's cool, man, to hear this because I have a similar story when I was in college and you know, and stuff like that. But while you were in college, is that when you made the beats for sent the beats to Young Al?
So, like, I was just finishing college, so like it was after that semester. Like I was to the point where I'm just doing parties. I'm not even going to class. To the point where I had like one class left. So I'm like, talk to my mom. I'm like, Mom, I really don't want to do this. Like this school stuff just not me. I just don't want to do this. She's like, well, you need to do something. So then that's when that opportunity came. You know, I sent the beats, and at the time, I don't like my beats weren't even that good to me, in my opinion. Like where it's at now from where it started, it wasn't that good. But they was telling me how they saw my potential. You know, they was like, you know, like we can work with you, get you up, you know, and just help you, you know, like get what you need to do, what you want to do. So it's just like that's how it really started.
With Young Al.
Yeah.
And Young Al is a part of Seven Kings.
Well, he was at the time, but now I think he with Black Diamond now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's how that started off, man.
And then when you get so now take me back to, you got the beats to him, he started recording on them. He then told you that he's thinking about signing with Cash Money, a distribution deal.
Yeah. So they was talking about doing that deal with the whole Seven Kings, like the distribution. So they had went to Miami to go meet Birdman and Slim, and I was just like, man, I don't think I want to sign on a deal right now. I don't think I'm ready. Like me telling myself I'm not ready. So I'm like, man, so I was supposed to go, but I had backed out because I didn't think I was ready for no deal. I didn't think I was good enough.
Oh, so they wanted to sign you as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they had went out there, they came back, and I'm like, I finally made a decision because, like, I'm the type of person where, like, you can tell me so much stuff, but I kind of got to see it, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
You got to show me first because, you know, people tell you stuff all the time, but it's just like, they just telling you, you know? So I'm like, I got to see. So they see me, you know, they show me a picture, like, they was with Slim. This was, like, I want to say right before COVID. No. Yeah, COVID had just started.
Okay.
COVID had just started. So then we had locked in and, you know, like, we just kept working. And I had signed 3 years with them, and my deal ended in February. I think February 23rd.
So if you don't mind me asking, because I know a little bit about the business. What kind of deal was this? Like a production agreement?
It was just like an in-house publishing.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. So they basically any records that you were producing for Young Al and anybody under that company, you were getting your back end.
Yeah.
Okay.
And pretty much like they had signed a deal with Cash Money, but they didn't include me because they was like, it just, I don't know, I guess it didn't make sense, which I wasn't mad about because I was like, well, my deal kind of almost up. But it's like, it kind of worked out in the end because it's like now, it's like at this point in my life, I got options. Like, majors hitting me like, ready to sign. And I'm just like, I kind of want to keep building my catalog before I just go sign something. Like, it got to make sense number-wise.
Yeah, bro. Because right now, would you say, placement-wise, have you had any number one hit records yet, or?
Nah, not yet. See, like, the problem is with, like, a lot of my plays is, like, I got plays with major artists.
Yeah.
But it's just, like, they got to drop it, you know? You know how artists just, I feel like music is like real estate. It's like not every house is going to sell, you know? And it's just like, you might sell it, like, I'm going to say 3-6 months from now. But it's just like, maybe next year, you know?
Yeah.
Everything just doesn't go, you know?
Bro, trust me,
So,
man. When I was I got my first record with Rick Ross and Bobby Valentino. Yeah. And my partner, Hardhead, he mixed it. We sent it back to Ross. Ross sent us the vocals personally. I thought I made it, boy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get the record, you know what I'm saying? We get Bobby Valentino on there singing, and it ended up being on a mixtape that Rick Ross put out for one of his artists called Magazine. I don't think Magazine is with the label anymore, but we thought it was going to be that record, you know what I'm saying? But like you're saying, you just never know, man. Like, you just got to keep producing and keep submitting and keep, making records until that one pop. So I definitely understand that, man. But so how did you get to the point now, after working with Young Al, they got the distribution deal. Did Seven again?
Seven Kings.
Seven Kings, yeah. Shouts out to Seven Kings. Did that just become your family, or did that become like a real deal? Like, it was like
family. It's like I got to get to know them and see like who they was for real. And it's just like it was real genuine vibes, good energy. So like I'm real big on energy and vibes. So if the vibes and energy right, then
you gonna rock with it. Yeah. And so did they sign you, or
yeah. They signed me for 3 years.
In-house. Oh, that's what you're talking about. That's almost over now.
Well, no, it really just ended in February.
Okay.
Yeah, it just ended in February. But yeah.
And that was just you was just the in-house producer making all the beats.
Just working with them.
Yeah.
And they artists and stuff like that.
That's dope, man. And so do they still have the distribution deal?
Yeah, they do.
Okay, that's dope, man. So do you see yourself like now that you're more like a free agent right now? Do you see yourself like trying to build up any new artists yourself, develop new artists, or are you still just trying to go for the big home runs, like the big major artists?
You sound like making music with like small artists.
Yeah, like up and coming artists, like
Well, you know how like artists are signed to a label, like a major label, and it's just like they just waiting on the machine to be like push for them to go. So it's just like artists like that. Yeah, I work with them and I like send them beats. We work and good relationships. But it's just a matter of time. But like they already signed to the label.
Yeah.
So it's just like that's how they really be.
Yeah, trust me, man. I get it, man. But I like the fact that just I always see you. It seems like you always grinding, man.
Oh yeah.
That's what I love, man. I remember I had dropped a clip on my IG page that I forgot the name of that loop I dropped, and you was like, "Man, send me that."
Oh yeah.
And I said it to you ASAP. You threw some drums on that joker. You know what I'm saying? And so I like that. You know that I need to be around that energy, man, because you know sometimes the industry will wear me out. You know, because I've been in the game much longer than you. You know, just and throughout the years of just so many hopes and dreams being like crushed, like dang, I thought that was gonna be the one. You know, it'll get you tired and drained, but you gotta definitely have a love for it, and I think you know for sure I can tell you do, man. Well, so was there any other like situations throughout your career, man, like that have made you feel like you want to give up on it? Have there been any times like that where you feel like, man, I don't know if I really want to do this?
It was just like, I'm gonna say times when, you know, like I feel like people that just started getting the billboards. You be like, dang, I've been doing this shit for 7 years and I still ain't touched billboard. But it be like, I'm gonna keep going because I know I got so many songs that's just in the vote that just haven't dropped. And it's just like if one of them drop, I'm knowing like it's just over with. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's just it be stuff like that. But like as far as me quitting, nah. But have I got like, you know, like I lost motivation? Like I have at one point, but it's just like in moments like that, I just kind of go outside. I go out, I live a little bit, and then I'll be back at it. You know?
I feel you.
So,
That's good, man, because I know I lost touch of. I think I'm at the season of my career and as a musician where I've got a little tired of just looping beats and making beats in that way.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know if you saw Outkast's new project. It tripped me out when I saw that, bro, because see, most people may be like, man, Outkast tripping. Or not Outkast, Andre 3000. Andre 3000 tripping, but I can relate to it, like, cause like I've picked up other types of instruments lately, because I don't feel like I have that same drive to get in the studio and just cook up a loop. You know, I want to physically touch instruments these days. You know what I'm saying? And I just want to do whatever I can to keep that vibe and that good energy, that good creative juice going. And it's like that's where I'm at right now. But not everybody's there. You know, you're still doing your thing and, you know, and looping beats and stuff like that, which is dope. But it's like at some point in my career, I kind of like just lost that motivation, and definitely I wasn't moved by the hype no more. You know what I'm saying? Like I want something real. I want to work with some real artists that are hungry. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna put the music out instead of just sitting on it.
Yeah, just sitting on it. But like it'll be times too where like I'm starting to realize don't do everything for money, because like you pull up to a session, you engineer that, and you get there and they just waste your time. You sitting there like you paid me to, you know, come record this, and just like, and you try to, you know, tell them like, hey bro, like I think you should do that again, and they get offended. And just like, you know, I don't mean no harm, but it's like, bro, like that's just not appealing to the ear. Like I feel like, you know, but it's just like I just been learning just don't say nothing at all. Just let them be.
Yeah. So you do engineer work as well?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I just started doing that so I can get in these rooms too. That's just like another gateway to get in the room. Cause like I went to LA last month, and we had this big studio. You know, it's nice. You know, we went out with the artists, and it's just like they was like, man, there's no engineer. They like, y'all know how to engineer? And I was like, man, I said I know how to engineer, but I don't want to engineer. Cause like I was like, I know how to engineer. So we in there working, I want to say a cool, probably like 5 or 6 hours, and I'm like, damn, like, but it's like I was having fun with the record because the artist is an artist, you know, he making music, and it's just like, he rapped on like 2 of my beats, but then he rapped on another one, but I still wasn't tripping. I'm like, I'm gonna still get credit for this work, you know? Right. And it's a major label, so they gonna pay, you know what I'm saying? So I was just like, it was cool, the vibe was good, you know, they had fed us like bossa nova. I'm like, man. Yeah. You know, he take a little break, you know, he smoking one. I'm just on my phone, just chilling. I'm like.
So when you say you're not tripping, is it you wasn't tripping because they didn't pay you to be there?
Oh, no. I wasn't tripping because it was just like, I didn't really have to do too much work because he was an artist, you know? It's just like, at this point, I'm just pressing space, R, and, you know, just, I'm not really doing too much. It's just like, he's an artist, so I don't have to keep doing the same like you know, like when people be like, hey, bro, play this back, play this back, play this back.
Yeah,
Just like,
yeah. He knew this artist knew what he was doing. So how did that come about? Like, just do you have a manager that's helping you make some moves or what?
Nah, bro, just
by yourself.
Just by myself, just meeting these people, bro.
That's what's up, man.
Just meeting these
and so
people.
the people that you met in LA, were these just artists you met online or?
Nah, so shout out to Corey, by the way.
Yeah,
Corey.
Shout him out, man.
Shout out to Corey. Yeah, man.
Hey, and subscribe to the channel.
yeah. Nah, man, Corey, he works for AWOL. AWOL is Sony.
Okay.
And, you know, like, people have been telling Corey about me. Corey from, like, up the road. He from, like, I want to say Shepherd.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's an A&R.
He from Shepherd, Texas.
Shepherd.
Boy, I would have never thought nobody from Shepherd be in the game like that.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. And it's just, like, people kept telling Corey, hey, man, lock in with Keezy, lock in with Keezy. Like, he was like, man, who's Keezy? Who's Keezy? So I had DM'd him, gave my number, he gave me his number, and I'm sending him beats. But he just wasn't listening to him, so I'm like, man, I don't think Corey really just, you know, feeling the music. So I was like, all right, it's cool. So I kind of, you know, like, I kind of just fell back. I'm like, man, it's cool, you know, take it to the chin.
And who do Corey work for again?
He works for AWOL.
AWOL, okay. Go ahead.
Yeah, so then Drew, shout out to Drew.
Yeah.
Drew had told Corey, like, man, lock in with Keezy, bro. So then, like, he finally played my beats. He like, oh, Keezy hard, you know? So then he came to Rap A Lot. Shout out to Rap A Lot.
Yeah. That boy ain't gonna miss no shots.
Yeah, not for real.
Straight up.
They show me love, bro. So then he came to Rap A Lot. He heard my music. He was like, hey, bro, I'm finna go to LA. And, you know, I want you to meet these people at, you know, at the label. And it went from there. And, like, you know, we had went to LA and I got to meet some people, some A&Rs, and just get in these rooms.
Man, that's crazy, man, because in my time growing up in Cleveland, bro, like, I'm telling you, like, I was the only one, like, making beats in Cleveland like that. I didn't know nobody in Shepherd. I didn't know nobody. Like, see, back before your time, it's like I had Trials on the show, and there was this group called Ashtray Posse. Like, it was James Davis, T-Bone.
Oh, okay.
You feel me? Like, you know T-Bone. Yeah. They all had a group, man, and, you know, and that was my first connection in Cleveland to someone that wanted to do the same thing I did. Like, so for you to tell me somebody from Shepherd, Texas was doing it, like, an A&R, was this dude, like, producing too, like, major artists?
It's crazy because it's just, like, Corey didn't really make music or, you know, nothing like that. He just, like, listening to music, and it's just, he kind of, you know, people you know.
Yeah.
Got in the door.
Yeah.
He started off at, I want to say he started off at Motown. I think he started off at Motown.
Gotcha.
Then he went to AWOL.
He a young cat?
Corey might be 36, 35. I don't want to go too high up in age.
I feel you. Yeah, that's dope, though. So you connected with Corey, and then Drew. This was somebody from Cleveland?
Well, you know Kareem?
Yeah.
Kareem's brother Drew.
Oh, okay, yeah.
They all cool, you know, Drew, Max, Kareem, all that.
Yeah, because I heard, I was going to talk to you about that too. Like, I heard Kareem brother was manager, bodyguard.
Bodyguard for French Montana.
French Montana, yeah.
But they like real cool too. He had like a party, I want to say, what was it, like 2-3 weeks ago? I was going to go, but it was just so last minute. I was just like, man, it's just too last minute.
Yeah, I feel you. But yeah, I didn't know. I've always heard of Drew through somebody else was telling me about Drew and was trying to connect with Sam Brown.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was trying to connect us and stuff like that, but we just never really connected because I was done with the hustle and bustle, man. I was just doing my own thing. I didn't really need nobody for no connections. Had plenty of relationships in LA and sometimes, man, I be thinking people just be BSing, you know what I'm saying, in the game. You feel me? You know how it is, but I kind of gave him the cold shoulder, but it's dope to know that, you know, he was rooting for you though, you know what I'm saying? And so when Drew was telling your boy at AWOL about you, you flew out there and that's what started that relationship?
Yeah, most definitely. So yeah, we went out there, I was there for about 4 days, I came back, and then one of his friends had saw me on his page, he works for Rock Nation.
Okay.
That's when he had reached out to me, his name, shout out Lefty.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So he had reached out to me, and he was like, he need beats for this person, that person. I'm like, damn. He was like, I want to say, he said, you ready to sign? I'm like, oh shit, like, I ain't never had a major just hit me on some shit like that. I was like, so it was just like, okay, cool. I'm telling him like, you know, like, that would be good right now, you know, to get my feet wet, just get in the door. But I'm like, I know I'm not ready. Like, when I say ready, I mean as in like, I got the plays, but nothing's out. So it's just like.
Yeah, I mean, you smart, man. And I was going to talk to you about this off camera, but we want to keep giving people game on this show as well as inspire them. And I feel like personally, you want to have a nice catalog of placements that are floating, because that's how you're going to get the most money for a pub deal. If somebody give you, because like I know my homie who made some of the hit records for Megan Thee Stallion, you know, he a good friend of mine. His pub deal was much better based on the hit records he had with Megan Thee Stallion, right? And it just makes the deal much sweeter versus you having some potential records in the vault that haven't came out yet. So I feel like for you being so young, you're making an educated move, a smart move by being patient. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just waiting it out because it's like, I got the plays, like I got the NoCaps, I got the Fridayys, I got the Kevin Gates, I got DaBaby, I got Dee Baby, I got, who else I don't work with? I don't work with a lot of people, bro.
So you didn't work with Fridayy?
Yeah, I got some with Fridayy.
That's dope, bro.
Who else have I worked with?
I love Fridayy.
I just locked in with Fabio Foreign the other day.
Okay.
Yeah, I made a little drill beat. And I don't make drill, but I was just like, let me just try something different. And he liked the beat. And who else I work with it? Oh, I got a song with Boosie.
Nice.
Yeah, I done did some with Yungeen Ace.
Wow.
I just did a beat for this dude named Illmatic. Shout out Illmatic.
Yeah.
And he was telling me he want to open a verse for Rod Wave, but he signed a Rod Wave, so that's potential right now.
Yeah, man.
He's just waiting on the.
Man,
on the beat, you know?
That's amazing, bro. That you've already locked in with these people, man. But and is it just sending them beats?
It's just locking in people, meeting people, you know, making connects, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it's just like, it's one of those things where it's just like, I got these songs, bro. Like, I have the songs, but it's just like nobody's dropping, you know. And like, I did a song with Fastlane, like, shout out to Fastlane, OTB Fastlane. I want to say we made the song maybe like last year. Well, it was like, I want to say February, May, probably March. And the song just came out like last month, bro.
Dang.
And that's just how it be. Like, you'll make a song and they won't drop for another year or two. Like, it'd be to the point where you like, I don't even like that beat no more.
Right. It'd be so old. That's crazy though. I know how it is, man. Like, I think that's the reason why I got so impatient with it. Cause it's like I remember getting a record with Jamie Foxx, man, and the writers that I was working with at the time, they were signed to Jazzy Faye and his crew. And we were in Jazzy Faye's studio, and I just played a beat. The writers, this was my first time in my career. I was in my 20s when I heard a writer hear my beat, like a real good writer that can sing. And go in right away in the studio and start making a song. And when I heard the writer do that, I was just blown away. Like, this is how you get placements. You know, a lot of people say you send beats in, yeah, that works too. But if you get a writer that's gonna start writing some dope hooks and and writing some referencing the song, the beat, man, you can get some placements faster. And that's what happened. So they made the song. Jamie Foxx hopped on it, it was like he fell in love with it because the writers did the whole song for Jamie, to where all Jamie had to do is come in the studio and re-sing it, right? But what happened was Jamie had recorded like 30, 40 records, and they picked that was back when he had that record, Blame It On the Alcohol, so whatever that album was, the label ended up picking 12 songs that matched the vibe of that single. And my record just got put to the side. You feel me?
Yeah, it'd be like that. And it's just like, this whole new system with the major labels it's so stupid. Like, I don't want to say that, but it just is. Like, it's to the point now where to get paid, you need like it's called a vendor's form. Like they don't just like you gotta have this vendor form and you gotta fill it out, and if it's not right, it'll take them like 3 weeks to send it back to you.
Really?
Yeah, and it takes like 3 months to get paid. Sometimes longer. It just depends because it's
Wow.
like they got so many artists. You know, they don't have the time to just let's pay him and let's pay him. So it's just like it's a real headache, bro. Like,
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I feel you. So, with some of the beats that you're sending and like people that are hopping on your beats, are they paying up front or are you just hoping that they release?
It just depends. So if it's a major, I'm not gonna tell them, hey, I need this money now.
Right.
I'm gonna just sit and wait, and it's just like
Because it's good real estate.
Yeah. So it's just like if it's like a local or somebody that's trying to come up, you know, on the come up to lease it, yeah, I'm gonna lease it to them. If they want to buy it, they can buy it. But it's just like the chances of this song. Well, I ain't even gonna say that because that's kind of, you know, it's like I don't know how to word it. But it's just one of them things where it's just like, if it's a local, I'm gonna lease it because it's just like, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I get you. I get what you're trying to say because back when I was leasing beats, man, you would rather lease something and still have ownership of it.
Yeah.
Because you don't know if that artist is serious. You don't know how many followers he got. You don't know his process of.
That's what I wanted to say, but I don't want it to sound bad. But it's just like
it's just real though. You know what I'm saying? It's part of the business, man. Like if someone and let's say if he don't have followers, the artist. Let's say he's a dope artist. You still need you still want to know the game plan. What's the game plan? Like, how are you gonna get this song out there? Because that's not your job. Your job is not to promote the artist.
And then some people, it's just a hobby, so they really don't care. It's just like I'm just in the studio, you know.
And with those people, you want to get your bread up front.
Nah, most definitely.
Right? Yeah, I get it, man. You know, and it's just respect too. Like at the end of the day, not everybody's gonna be exactly where you're at mentally with their craft. And you know, I know I
take it as serious.
Yeah. I know I didn't put my 10,000 hours in. Like you know, I got a built-in studio in my crib. Like you're not even finna come on my house unless you serious. You feel me? Like, cause I don't have to. At this point in my life, man, I don't have to just sit in front of a keyboard and make some beats for you to hype me up and say, oh, you dope. Yeah. Right.
But it's to the point now where, you know, people be like, oh, like, they'll see, like, all my credits in my bio. Okay, I feel like if I invest my, like, money into his beats, maybe I can get that sound. But it's just like, some people do that, but then they be like, oh, he charged too much. They be like, they don't want to work. But it'd be like, okay, cool. You know? Yeah. That's why I don't take nothing personal now. It's just like, it's business, end of the day.
Yeah.
That's how I be feeling.
Nah, you right, man. You got the right mindset, brother. Like, you doing your thing. Like, what I wanted to also ask you though is like, where Air Keezy come from? Like, how you get that name?
Man, it's crazy because it's just like, I feel like my love for shoes. Like, I always been big on shoes.
Yeah, you came in here big stepping, man. I see you, boy.
Man. I always been big on shoes and just like the Air came from Jordan and the Keezy came from Yeezy.
Okay.
I just put a K because my name Keaton, so it's just like.
Yeah, that's dope.
My love for Kanye West and Michael Jordan just in one.
Yeah, man, we got that same love, man. When I was I was talking to Trials on the last episode, and I was telling them how, you know, I made my first beat, man. When I sold my first beat for $3,000, bro.
For real?
Yeah, bro. It was a couple of beats though. They bought a couple of beats, and it was you remember the singer Selena? She's she probably before your time. I keep forgetting how young you is.
Selena?
Yeah, Selena. Yeah. So her brother started a record label back when I was in college. I went to Stephen F. Austin University. I was on the drum line there. Yeah, man, and that's when I took my first MIDI class where I didn't know you can hook a keyboard up to a computer. You feel me? Yeah. It blew my mind, bro. Coming from the country, like, bro. And so when I used to sit in that class and make beats, and there was this one guy in the class, he was like, bro, your stuff sound different, bro. You need to send it off to somebody. And I didn't even know you can email beats. You feel me? Back then, this is 2001 when I was in school. And he sent the beats to Selena's brother. And long story short, man, them boys wired me 3 stacks. And when that happened,
college too?
I went to college, bro. You know. When that happened, I was like, Kanye, I'm a college dropout. I'm finna go get it. Yeah. And that really started my pursuit. You know, from my 20s to my 30s, I was just smashing, bro. I'm talking about sneaking into the BET Awards. I was on where I can show you pictures whenever we cook up, because I'm gonna cook up with you, man. I want to cook up with you, man. I told, and you know, people in my hometown, they've been trying to encourage me to like, you know, sit down with you. You feel me? Like, and just chop it up. You know, and I said I'm gonna start sending ideas, because I got a lot of ideas where I feel like you'll take them to another level, because I be hearing your sound. But yeah, man, when I got that money, man, I just said it's either now or never, right? Like, I'm young, like that's why I'm passionate about dreams in motion. A lot of us can dream things, but it's harder to put it in motion, and that's what you're doing, bro. You're putting your dream in motion, and that's why I wanted you on the show, like, and salute you, bro.
Appreciate it.
But yeah, man, when I got that money, you couldn't tell me nothing, bro. but one thing I did well is I ain't go ball back then. I could have bought whatever. I took that money and invested it into meeting new people. You feel me? Like, I traveled to Miami. I used to go do beat battles in different places like New York, Miami, Atlanta. And I'd be on there, and I was winning a lot of beat battles, you know what I'm saying? And that's how I got my name up, you know, and that's how I started meeting new people and new writers and artists. But I invested that money into traveling to places that can help me build my career. And that's what happened, man. So, we got that same thing, story. Like, you was in college, and I don't know what, but I wanted to ask you, what made you drop out, though?
It was just to the point where I'm just DJing at this point. I got one class, I'm at all these parties. By the time I get home, it's 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm sleepy. I got class at what? I'm gonna say, I don't know, probably like 11. Yeah. But it's like I'm not going straight to sleep. I'm up. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you.
And just like you chill with a little vibe, and it's just like you just lose track of time. You know it's time for class.
Yeah, I feel you.
Man, I just go tomorrow, man. You know how that goes.
Just wasting money at that point.
Yeah, just don't go to class and just at these parties and DJing and just making time for the wrong stuff, you know. And at the time, school just wasn't no main priority. I was just trying to do something.
I feel you.
Yeah.
So, man, you know, I'm not gonna hold you too long, but I just want to know, where do you see yourself, like? Because, you know, that's another thing, man. We're working and grinding, trying to get these placements, like. But do you have like a vision for where you? Let's say you did make a multi-platinum record tomorrow, like, and it finally pops for you in that way. And labels are calling for you to, you know, do major pub deals. If you do a major pub deal, where would you see yourself going from there?
I know for sure, like, you know how to come up is hard, bro.
Yeah.
And it's like, I want to start like my own like production group of producers. Yeah. Like, I don't want an artist, you know. I feel like producers is just a different type of, I don't know. The artists, like watching people build artists it looks stressful. And it's just like, I'd rather have a producer I can build and put in these rooms that's young and hungry, that's ready to get it, and go from there, you know? So it's just like, I feel like once I get my feet wet and I'm in the water for real, I want to bring some more producers in and get them jumping and get them buzzing, you know?
Yeah,
like,
that's smart, man. Because it's like, one thing I used to always say to my friends in the industry, producers, we tend to invest in ourselves more. Yeah. And artists, man, like, it's not that there's a lot of dope artists out there, but when you're trying to develop an artist, you also become their manager by default. Like, they may be in bad moods one day and it's hard to get them in the studio. You know, they may be going through something, and you're counting on that artist to get their buzz to the studio and let's make some hit records so that you can get your beats out there. When the game has changed now, bro, like. Yeah,
and it's just like, a lot of these artists, they be so perked up, bro. They don't even be motivated to make the music. You be like, man, you get there, they just stuck. Like,
too high.
That's why I just be sober. I be sober. I just can't get high while I'm working and just.
That's what's up, man.
Stuff, bro. Like, and just like watching these artists just kill themselves, I be like, man, I'd rather just take a producer and build him up. I ain't gotta buy him no weed for him to, you know, get in here and work. He's gonna get in here and work.
Yeah, and
man. Artists, like, you know, like, they have their own life, and it's just like, it's too much. Like, I've seen it behind the scenes, how it goes, and you gotta get the machine behind the artist and make them blow. It just take more money to build an artist versus a producer.
Yeah. I feel you, bro. Trust me, I'm with you, man. Like, people hit me all the time. Like, this one dude hit me up recently. Like, he was trying to get me to help his daughter. And it's not, and I felt his passion for wanting his daughter to get on she was alright, you know what I'm saying, when they sent me the song. But he was like, bro, like with all this stuff in your house and, you know, because we was on FaceTime.
Yeah.
He saw my studio. He's like, man, why aren't you not developing artists, man? You don't want to develop my daughter? And I'm like, I just ain't got the passion and time for it no more. Like, I'm with you. I'd much rather sit with a young producer that's hungry and feed him all of my plugs and, you know what I'm saying, and give him all of my sounds, whatever I could do. Because producers, man, like with in today's times, we can get money in all kind of ways. Like, you know, I told you I got the sample designing company, Organic Ways, where people buy our samples, bro, like all over the world. And me and my partner, we just, you know, since we're musicians, we get in the studio, man. I'm playing bass, guitar, my boy playing guitar.
I want to say, I had used one of your samples one time, and it was going to be on that Hulu special with, what's his name? Swiss Beats and his son.
Oh, yeah?
And I seen a snippet they had, but they took that clip off, and I watched the episode the other day. I was so mad. I was
That's
like, man,
crazy, boy. That would have been, boy. You gotta have been cheesing from ear to ear, bro.
Man, I was like, man, we about to be on Hulu.
Yeah,
I checked
bro.
it out, like, bro, they took this whole scene off. Like,
That'd have been a win for the Cleveland boys, man. Like, but I really want you to use more of them, bro. I got a lot of more stuff that I just been sitting to the side that I'm not gonna put on the store. Cause see, once you put it on the store on our website, everybody can use it, right? Yeah. But then we always tuck some stuff away because we send stuff to we send stuff to S1. You know, the producer S1. He produced for Kanye. He did a lot of. He produced that song "No One Man Can Help All This Power." Yeah, he right out of Dallas, man. He the one gave us our first like big push because he heard some of our samples and he started using them for all kind of artists, man. And then that led to Dr. Dre's producers using our samples and shooting us like a whole video talking about how dope the samples were. And when I started, I'm like, man, I could sit back in my studio, bro, and just make ideas. Yeah. And you know what I'm saying? And give it to people who want to take those ideas. And that's what I started getting a love for, man. I started picking up, like, there's this instrument called a kalimba, and you play it with your thumbs. It's like a meditation instrument. Man, I started using the kalimba, and, like, you know, I have a spot where I can connect it to my my interface. Yeah. And run it through the Logic and just put different effects on it, man. And I've found a love lately for just creating new sounds. You feel me? Yeah. And that's kind of where I've grown to, like, and I like to see people take, like, when I sent you that one loop, man, I forgot, and I was on the hook. Yeah. And you did something, whatever you did with it just got me amped up. Because I'm like an assist man. Yeah. I want to throw the assist, and I want somebody else to look good scoring the point. Yeah. But yeah, that's where I'm at now. But I feel like with where you're at, bro, I feel like just hearing your music and what you've done so far, you still got so much time to do whatever you want to do. You feel me? Like, and it's just only a matter of time from what, because I didn't know you was working with that many people like that, man. Yeah, like that's just some of my name. I got more. It's more, that's crazy. Like, I made a song with like Lil Flip, believe it or not. I was like, I didn't really, you know, like I kind of came up during that time, but it's like when I was coming up, that was like kind of fading out. Like Lil Flip, Slim Thug, and all of them, Zero, like all that type of stuff. Yeah. It was just kind of, you know, dying out, and it was the new wave of like Gucci Mane, Jeezy, and all them. That new wave started to come about. So that's crazy. You knew have you ever heard that song "Summertime in My City" by Zero? Yeah. You know I co-produced that? Somebody told me that. Yeah, with G Luck and B Done. Yeah. That's my guys too. Yeah. Them my partners, man. We was working on Slim Thug and Zero album years ago, back in 2012. For real? Before Jay Prince put it on halt, like, cause it was some business or something with him and Zero. Yeah. So, but before they put that album on halt, the Summertime ad came out, and I was living in Austin, Texas. Yeah. Like, so all that music that you hear in that record, that's all me. And then G Luck and B Done did the drums. Yeah. We just did a record. I got it placed. It's Big 30 and Sexy Red. Okay. Yeah. Me and B Done. B Done, that's what's up, man. Shout out B Done, man. Shout out B Done. Yeah, man. Them boys. G Luck too. Them some good boys, man. Like. Sure. Yeah, I haven't done nothing with them in a while, man. But they was the first in the city to really just show me love. Like, really? As far as production wise, yeah. That's what's up, man. Cause you know how people, they get big and they want to gatekeep. They don't want to work with you till you up here. Yeah. And like, I remember a time I wasn't even that good, and they were just loading me, feeding me with, you know, loops, and I send them back within like 30 minutes. Yeah, that's what's up. You know. Yeah, that's probably why they like say, okay, I rock with this. Because, you know, most producers, man, they want you to send it back fast.
Yeah, like I feel like I can make a beat in 5 minutes, 10 minutes.
That's
and
crazy.
It's like I get it done. So, you know, it ain't nothing to make it real quick and just send it back.
That's what's up, man. So for everybody watching, man, how can they follow you? You know, let people know how to.
Oh, I'm on Instagram, Air_Keezy.
That's what's up, bro.
But if you type in Keezy, it should pop up. It should be the first one to pop up.
Yeah, I sure appreciate you coming, man. I want to have you back, bro, because I'm gonna have trials on the show. Like I want to sit down and just talk, you know, with all the artists that's trying to do something in Cleveland. Because eventually, like I told you, I wanted to do that event. Well, people been telling me, like, man, you and Keezy, like some of the older heads that know that you doing what you doing, they know what I do. It's like, man, y'all need to get together and, like, you know, just make beats live in the park or something. Yeah. And I said, man, you know what, I'm going to put it together. Remember, I've been telling you about it, man. I think
we talked about that like 2 years ago, huh?
Yeah, bro. I think
I
think I'm going to do it. The only reason why I didn't do it some years ago, and that's when COVID hit. Like, we was going to throw a big event, man, and I got nervous. I didn't want to bring that many people because my boy Kirko was going to come, Propane was going to come. Yeah. Like, I was going to have a lot of people come to the city and just cook up, me and you cook up beats live and let them freestyle. Just something for the people, man, to enjoy. But I still want to do it, man. You know what I'm saying? You got to stay on me, too, and I gotta connect with you more, man.
Let's get it.
Let's get it, man. But I appreciate you coming, man. We're going to have you back again, man.
I could have been dead, but I'm not. Mama kept praying, she stayed on her knees. She told me put faith in the Lord. Cause I am a king, the son of a king. I'm blessed by the grace of the Lord. Yeah, I'm holy, 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 holy. I'm God's son, got me feeling holy, holy, son of God, holy, holy. I came from the country, the bottom, they don't know about me.